You know, it's so difficult to touch the heart of an individual, but Taiji Man can really touch the heart of the individual. Taiji Man teaches us how to love, how to move from war to peace, how to bring the peace that we have inside us. You really touch my life.
Let me tell you, it's very emotional. And for me, it's been a great experience. Having a World Summit for Love and Peace, this is what the world needs. So I want to commend you, and I want to somehow show you my support and the support of the Dominican people.
In this world of today, there is too much strife, too many wars among nations and within nations, too much hunger, too much disease, and all this cannot be conquered unless, as the message of Dr. Hun is, there is love and there is a peace. We cannot have a world of peace without love. And therefore my message is that everyone should contribute to the success and implementation of what Dr. Hun has said in the and what the Federation of World Peace and Love are propagating.
I've learned a great deal about the work of Dr. Fang, and I found that the concept of the Federation for World Peace and Love is an excellent one. I think it's a very interesting idea. The bell as a symbol of world peace and love. As it travels around the world, I think the world will be inspired by the leaders and ambassadors that are participating, and it is something that Dr. Hung himself should be real proud of, and I think he should be commended.
A very simple golden round-shaped bell like this can change the world if our heart goes with that sound, the sound of world peace and love.
I am truly inspired by this event, and I hope that in my work at the United Nations and in my work in my relationship with Austria, I will be able to bring the message of peace and love and understanding and cooperation. These are the elements that we truly need in order to make the world a better place for humankind. Truly, truly inspiring, and I hope that I will be able to live to the message that Dr. Hong has brought us tonight. Thank you.
Well, I think he's a very great man, considering the fact that he is dedicating his whole life just to spread the message of peace, using his resources, his energy, his time to go into this noble activity, going around the world to tell the people to love each other, to love peace. I think he's the great man.
Taiji Man understands this and understands that our conduct must mirror our words, must match our sentiments. We must learn how to live in peace, and examples of the kind before you today are pointers in the direction in which we should travel.
This is an academy. It's one of the very important academy in the world. We realize that the message that you are sending out there is a very, very important message. The message of peace, love, and we're going to join this academy hand in hand, move together to preach the word of love and peace all over the world.
As minhas primeiras palavras é de sincero agradecimento e com um sentimento muito reconhecido do facto de o grupo Taiji Man ter feito um tão longo caminho e trazer este sino da paz tão pesado aqui a São Tomé e Príncipe. Que o vosso esforço, a vossa vontade de ver a paz no mundo se possa transmitir-se também a nós, em São Tomé e Príncipe, em toda a África em geral, nos países africanos que se encontram neste momento ainda em guerra, como eu disse em Taipei, quando eu estive na vossa sede, que eu disse para que as crianças encontrem de novo o sorriso. E ao Dr. Cole e a sua esposa, todos os...
We try to support all peaceful causes around the world. That is why we really appreciate this ceremony, because it has to do with the most important values that my country has embraced.
The efforts of this organization to inspire humanity into truly treading a path that will be sustainable and that will promote well-being for all life forms and happiness for the human being.
What he said this morning with regard to the International Day of Conscience, that it is meant in more ways than one to trigger in leaders the necessary introspection to do good and be good, to ensure that their peoples, wherever they are treated with humanity and with kindness, with compassion and with love. And this is why I am supporting FOPAL, because there's a sincerity of purpose, a sincerity of direction, a genuine concern for humanity to ensure that we care for each other.
I really believe that the world is in for a big change, and that it is so important that there are leaders and organizations like Dr. Tong Tao Tse and FOPAL, who are working immensely to create a real awareness for peace in world leadership, to focus on sustainable activities for a lasting peace.
Going around spreading the wall of peace, which is very much needed at this present, is a high value of an effort that remind peoples and decision makers there is people living in this earth who would like to live in peace and harmony. I thank him, and he had a place in our heart in Bahrain, and he will remain, I will remain behind him for this support.
I enjoyed talking with Dr. Hong, and especially enjoyed his presentation. And I think it's profoundly important and significant that we're reaching, especially through the new modes of being able to do this over the internet, so many young people whose conscience can be inspired and who can commit themselves to the important role that they need to play in helping this world become a more peaceful place, a place in which there's justice but also solutions. And so his words resonated with me today.
The city and the people of the District of Columbia are honored and greatly value the performances and cultural preservation endeavors of the Taiji-Men Qigong Academy and look forward to building a lasting friendship. Now, therefore, the Mayor of the District of Columbia does hereby proclaim March 22nd, 2000 as Taiji-Men Qigong Academy Day in Washington, D.C., and we welcome these international ambassadors of peace and goodwill.
I am so humbled to be here tonight, and I just want to say one thing before I give Dr. Hong a proclamation from the city of Monterey Park, California, and that is peace and love starts within each one of us, and that's the way for peace in the world, and the Taiji-Men people have the right idea.
This proclamation is presented by the Mayor of the City and County of Honolulu to Dr. Hong because he's done such outstanding work as a leader who imparts the philosophy of yin and yang and advocates in the concept of physical, spiritual, and mental health. This cultural goodwill group, organized by Dr. Hong, is responsible for developing technology, exchange of techniques, and result in strengthening the relationships among countries and cultures. So Mayor Harris welcomes Dr. Hong, and he declares September 16th, today, as Dr. Hong Day, and we congratulate you.
Dr. Hong has, over the past decade, met with numerous individuals all over the world, promote the ideals of peace and love through the Peace Bell ceremony. Therefore, be it resolved, Tom Bates, Mayor of the City of Berkeley, hereby proclaim August 5th, 2005 to be Federation of World Peace and Love Day in the City of Berkeley.
Dr. Hong is such a magnificent energy as a teacher, as a parent, as a sovereign. He has so much ability in his pinky, more than I have in my whole body, more than most people have. And he dedicates his vision to the future of humanity, one by one, person by person, through Taiji Men, and it's a beautiful experience.
Dr. Hong is doing a wonderful job, and for the past so many years, he is working ceaselessly to bring about peace and harmony in this world, and to create a better world for all of us to live in. So I congratulate Dr. Hong and the entire team of PAL for this international vision that they have given to the world.
だから彼らの場合はやっぱり本当に一つの気持ちが結集してね、すごくこう見てる人にすごく感動を与えられるものがね。
Love is for all, and if there is no love, there is no peace. So this Federation Power for All is very important to create an ambience, a mentality, a conscience of love. So I encourage you to continue and to extend your mission to many countries.
The Buddha befriended 3 young men, very rich young men, very spoiled young men, and one day the house where these 3 young men are living is on fire. But the 3 young men are so spoiled that they don't manage to realize the house is on fire and they are going to die. So the Buddha tries to figure out how to save these young men, and he realizes talking to them is not useful. They will simply not understand. So the Buddha sends 3 beautiful chariots, very beautiful, and he entices the young man to go out of the home which is burning and board the chariots. They don't realize the home is burning, but they like the chariots. They are beautiful and nice, so they board the chariots and get saved. Our world is burning. There is a lot of smoke, a lot of fire. We are at serious risk to die. We don't realize it. If somebody will talk to us, we will not understand. So that's exactly the mission of Dr. Hong and Taiji Men and Fopal. Let's board the chariot Dr. Hong is offering to us. Let's board the chariot and get saved. I believe that's the lesson of this event. That's the lesson of the Day of Conscience. That's the lesson of Taiji Men. So thank you, Dr. Hong, for offering to us the chariots. And let's all board the chariots, get saved from our burning house. That's our world.